Hi, this is James with the Greenlight Group, and today I'll be showing you how to create a similarity policy in HP's UCMDB Configuration Manager. Now, Configuration Manager is a tool designed to help you standardize your environment, and it does this by taking the inventory data you have in UCMDB and comparing it against the standards or policies you've created in Configuration Manager. For the purpose of this demo, let's assume that we want to create a standard that any servers that belong to the same Oracle rack must have the same OS version. But before we turn that into a policy, we first need to define a view in UCMDB that will return the data we need. So if I come over here to UCMDB, you can see I've already defined a view. It's fairly simple, and I've saved it. So all that's left to do is make this available in Configuration Manager. As you can see here, it doesn't really matter where you save it in the folder structure as long as you can find it. And once it's saved here, we can use it in any policies we want for Configuration Manager. Now once we come over here to the policy section, you'll notice we have three different policies. Similarity Policy differs from the others in that it doesn't care about the value. So in our example, we want to know the OS version, or we care if the OS version is different, but we don't care what version it is. So if we were looking for a particular OS version for each server in an Oracle rack instance, we would use one of the other policies. But for our standard we want to create, Similarity Policy works wonderful. So now that we have that open, we'll change the policy name to something a little more descriptive. And here's where we select our view. Just use the view we created. And then down here, the grouping fields. This is one of the more interesting elements of similarity policies, because this allows you to group the CIs you want to compare by another CI type. So what that basically means is that this allows us to group the servers by Oracle instance instead of just comparing all servers. So here we'll just find Oracle rack, select that, hit OK, and then it also wants a pattern. So we choose a pattern here. Now only two TQLs showed up, Oracle Rack Database Similarity and Oracle Rack Node Similarity. That's because we've already specified that one of the grouping type is Oracle Rack, and so it'll only return TQLs of that type. I'll show you what that means here. So this is that TQL, and this is what it's looking at, is this grouping element. So this is an Oracle rack, and that's why it was pulled up when we were selecting our patterns, because we had a grouping type of Oracle rack. Now if you had to create your own, you would need to make sure it followed this format. You need a compared element, a grouping element, and a virtual compound relationship between them. And then you would need to make sure you saved your TQL under the grouping patterns. Also note that the compared element is of CI type computer. That makes a difference because over here you'll see that computer was automatically populated for this field. And this is basically the CI type you're comparing. So in our case we're comparing computers or servers. Another thing to make sure is that both this grouping CI type and this comparison CI type exist in your view. If either one doesn't, you won't get any data back. So now that we've finished with those there, come down here and we select our attributes we want to look at. So we said we wanted OS version and OS name. Well, actually just OS version, but I'll go ahead and include OS name. Let me save it, and then we can preview the results. As you can see here, I have one Oracle Rack instance that is in compliance and one that isn't. The reason this one isn't is because these two servers have different versions. So that concludes this video. If you have questions, feel free to contact me at james@greenlightgroup.com or visit Greenlight Group's website, www.greenlightgroup.com. Thanks for watching.